Hare Krishna. Don't let self-control fuel the illusion of the self as the controller. Self-control is a vital component in spiritual growth. Self-control essentially means that we as the self, as the soul, have control over the mind and the senses, and we don't let the senses indulge in worldly pleasures indiscriminately. Self-control is undoubtedly very important, and it enables us to turn our consciousness from the world towards Krishna. At the same time, there is a flip side to success in self-control, and that flip side is that the more we are able to control ourselves, the more we start getting the illusion that we are the controllers. So if I can control absolutely when I eat, when I sleep, how much I eat, when I do this, when I do that. When I am very disciplined, then quite often I may project an expectation of being disciplined, of being harmonized, of being obedient on others. So indirectly, our self-control fuels the illusion that the self is the controller. Just as I can control myself, I can control the world around me also. And this often leads to anger when a person finds that they cannot be in control. That's why often we see in the scriptures that self-control sages are some who are able to control, say, selfish desires like lust, often end up succumbing to anger. Durvasa Muni is a striking example of this, where he is able to have self-control, but then he gets the illusion that the self is the controller, and then he becomes angry, disproportionately angry over small things. So similarly, we have to be careful that we don't become angry like this. How can we avoid this? By remembering the purpose of self-control. We want self-control so that we can put the self in the control of the Supreme Self, so that we can devote ourselves to Krishna and become good instruments in Krishna's service. The Bhagavad-gita in 5.26 states, Kama krodha vimuktanam yatinam yatachetasam abhito brahma nirvanam vartate viditatmanam. So, vimuktanam, to become free from, it says that not just kama, yes, one has to become free from lust, but also from krodha, from anger. Kama krodha vimuktanam yatinam yatachetasam, those who are on the spiritual path with their control consciousness, abhito brahma nirvanam, they will attain spiritual liberation. Vartate viditatmanam, those who are regulated. So essentially the Bhagavad-gita stresses over here that we should become free not just from kama but also from krodha. And to avoid this illusion of the self as the controller, we need to always remind ourselves that we are trying to surrender to Krishna as the supreme controller. And our purpose of practicing bhakti, including all its various limbs such as self-control, is to become devoted to Krishna. When we have that attitude in mind, that my purpose is to serve Krishna, then even if things don't go in the outer world according to our plan, we will not get disproportionately angry. We'll be able to still focus, okay, whatever circumstances I am in, I can serve Krishna. And secondly, even when sometimes we falter in our attempts at self-control, we will not become too discouraged. Because okay, even if I am not self-controlled, I can still serve Krishna. Yes, my service may not be as good as otherwise, but still I can keep serving. And this way, by focusing on offering the self to the control of the Supreme Controller, we can not only gradually get self-control, because we will connect with Krishna, we will get higher satisfaction which will purify us, but also we will be able to fulfill the purpose of life, which is to become spiritually absorbed and spiritually satisfied. Thank you. Hare Krishna.